At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. The veneer of a new season is gone. Yes, we used veneer in a football game. We're in the middle of the schedule now. It's away here in Week 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Pass play now. Hauled in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Escapes the pocket. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He's dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So the Steelers turning things over to the field goal unit. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll run it for the first time with Jaylen Warren. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. throwing with a blitz on the way. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On first down, they'll run. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 2nd down, Warren. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Chased out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action here. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers tie this game 7-7. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll start this drive out, 1st and 10. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Warren here from the gun. And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. DTR to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Play action on 1st down. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Trying the left side with Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, Warren gets it again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Thompson Robinson. And he's got it! Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns take a 2nd quarter lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's complete to Musgrave. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll throw on 1st. On target to Musgrave. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Still sticking with the passing game. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 31. On the move, headed right. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Running in the red zone. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. That one right down the middle. And the Steelers tie things up at 14. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Well, some trickery here on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's DTR to throw. Throw left side, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The Browns take the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. DTR looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. score. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns take the lead just before halftime. David Njoku, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Cook to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. He'll try to do it himself. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And look at this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Hauled in by Njoku, left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first. Right up the gut. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Thompson Robinson now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's caught. Warren. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And he gets this forward to the 19. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's gonna loft one deep to the left. Trying to float that one in, and the defender's there for the interception. And the Browns are gonna have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll run it from the gun. Trying to find some positive yardage. He's across the 45. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Warren running between the tackles. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 40 on 2nd down. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down. Now it's DTR. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage. at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the Steelers going for the dime look on third down. To throw, Thompson Robinson. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns push their lead to 18. On now is Cook to kick this away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. To throw it on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. They put a receiver in motion here left. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's on the move. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Pass play coming here. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the 1st down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the...
And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. He's throwing for it. Chased out to his right. And he's going to get in there for 2. The lead shrinks to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit. Down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Has this at the 6. Here's a reverse. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Thompson Robinson. He's going to push one deep down. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did. You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he lost the football. And the Browns pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
The give here on 2nd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The Steelers go to a dime set. Must be thinking pass on this 3rd down. Couple additional DBs brought in. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one hits for 30. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Browns nearing their first win of the season. First and 10 from the 41. They'll run here from the gun. And they make this stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Warren. And they'll make the stop after a small push to the 34. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Back to throw, Thompson Robinson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. Kid, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script, not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. To throw. On target to Musgrave. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. Only 1 timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Cut out left. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. Throwing it again here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. They've got to keep moving quick here. Game might not be over just yet, though, Brock. You got a flag out there, and that could mean an untimed down. Let's see. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their